I wasn't planning to stream. I was just gonna test my mods, but yeah, I somehow broke Skyrim. Cause yeah, I have an idea of what might have caused this. I'll have to do some testing off camera naturally, but just to put things, I felt this needed to be preserved on the interwebs. I felt the interwebs needed to see this madness. Swim up. It's not just a black void you guys are seeing. No, it's far weirder than that. Let's try this toggle collision. Then I
Just a lot of water.
Should be able to do this. Yeah. Collision off. Yeah, folks. I flooded Skyrim. I'm not sure how I flooded Skyrim. I have ideas on how I flooded Skyrim. But, yeah. I flooded Skyrim.
Nikolai, why are you playing WINDWAKER?
You know, there are very seldom mods for Skyrim. But,
Well, of course.
I need to get, like, a clear water mod, because you can't see anything.
How did this happen?
I think it's
Who
Dindalod.
knows?
I think Dindalod, for some reason, altered the, when I was making the Dindalod patch, I think for some reason, it, gave realistic water a very weird placement. But, welcome to my Skyrim.
So now you're officially playing Skyrim Edition.
Let's try going out to, let's go out to the main menu. Let's see how messed up this is. If I start a new game, is the entire opening sequence going to be underwater?
But then wait, you in that case you can't even get out of the cabin. Like other than carriage.
That's why I want to find out just how fracked this is, because oh my goodness. To tab over to Streamlabs. Yeah. So I can move my timekeeper out of the way. Start a new game? Yes. Alright.
This is why you should probably check what mods you're using.
I know what mods I'm using. This has never happened to me before when building just a standard compatibility patch. I have a feeling it's Dindalod is the cause. Maybe I shouldn't have included realistic waters into the Dindalod, because it might have done something really weird with realistic waters when building the merge patch.
Yeah.
I mean, the easiest way to test is just be a disabled Dindalod files,
Yeah.
and see if that loads the game normally. But I mean, come on, we have to test this and see if the madness is in the game start. We have to see if we start the game underwater, or if it just has something to do with that particular save game. Steps. Alright, so it's just doing all the confirmations for all the various items. Immersive lore friendly. I'm not sure if I hear the underwater sounds or not. There's a lot of opening clatter you hear.
Yeah.
But I think I do hear the water gurgle sound. No, I don't want
Maybe.
survival mode. Yeah, I'm underwater. Am I underwater? I think I'm underwater.
Hey. Hey, you. Finally awake. Guard sure worked you over.
Why is the
I
camera
told
rocking?
those Imperial soldiers you
The
weren't with
camera's
us,
unlocked.
but they just
because of,
grabbed
the
you,
mods I have
like that
installed.
thief over there. You stand with us, or you stand against us. We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
Wait. Who's that
And
gag
the
fellow in the
physics,
cart? He looks
we've got
familiar.
Bethesda physics going
Watch
on.
your tongue.
Yep.
Perfect Stormcloak, the true High King.
I've only seen this
That's the man
happen
who
once.
used the
Doesn't
voice
happen
to
often,
murder
but
High King
Bethesda physics
Torek,
at its
the
finest,
leader of the
folks.
rebellion. Hey,
Yep.
Ulfric, you traitor! You're the reason we're here.
At least Sovngarde will be waiting for us. Our ancestors, feasting. Meat.
And yes, the
Gods,
default
what I
character is a
wouldn't
male
give for
Nord,
some
because that's what
meat
you
right
default
now.
to.
What brings you into the cold grip of the Empire,
So
anyway?
if you pull the camera back during
No,
the
you're
opening
not one of
sequence,
the
you default
rebels.
as a male
What
Nord,
hold are
a
you
blonde
from,
male Nord,
horse thief?
because that's the default
White
when
Run?
you start
The
character
Reach?
creation.
Offengar?
Why do you care?
Well, at
Because
least we're
there
not
won't be any
underwater, at least
holes
not
once the
yet.
Empire has its way.
Maybe after you
rule
create
over
the
them.
character.
Just
Wait,
legion
what if
soldiers
only
and martial
White
law.
Run is
Every man,
underwater?
woman, child in Skyrim is part of this rebellion, horse thief. Everyone has to fight for the freedom of the Nine Holes.
Freedom of
If
the
only
Nine
White Run's
Holes.
underwater, how do you
I
play
don't
the
think
game?
the Empire sweeping up every cut person in Skyrim
Who knows?
before you bastards started butchering their soldiers.
Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Thalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do
Oh,
with
good old
this.
Skyrim physics.
General Titus, stop. By the authority of the Thalmor, I'm taking custody of these prisoners.
I'm sorry, that's just not possible. It would cause far too many problems.
You're making a terrible mistake. Your emperor will hear of this. By the terms of the White Gold Concordat, I operate with full imperial authority.
Oh, this is gonna be
Thalmor,
be
bitch.
classic, because when I was doing some testing before,
This is
and
Helgen.
Joseki saw this.
I used to be
If you
sweet on
unlock the
curve.
camera during the opening cinematic and
Wonder
it does
if
the
Elon
automatic
is
move
still
stuff,
making that
really
meat
weird
with
stuff
tuna
happens again
bears.
as well.
Funny.
So just enjoy the
I've
madness.
Boy.
I'm surprised that Axel hasn't stepped off yet.
Technically has.
We need to go inside, little cub.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
Inside the house.
This is probably because I have touring carriages installed as
Yes,
well.
Papa.
Prisoners out of the carts. Move it!
Because the entire purpose of touring carriages
Why are we
is that the
stopping?
carriages will literally take
Why do
you
you
in
think?
real time
End of
between
the line.
locations. So it kind of modifies
Let's
the
go.
carriages,
Shouldn't
which
keep the
naturally
gods
would
waiting for
kind of
us.
mess with.
No, wait, we're not rebels. You gotta tell them we weren't with
Face
you.
your death.
This
with
is a
some
mistake.
courage, thief.
Shut up. Out of the cart now. Step towards the block when we call your name. Don't even think about running.
Better go back to first person.
Empire
It's gonna
loves
create
their
my character in
damn
a
lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm, guilty of murder, high treason, and sentenced to death.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
I don't know where I'm facing anymore.
Name?
Ralof, proud son of Skyrim.
Stormcloak, sentenced to death.
Hold on, I need to enable my dual monitor tool so don't get weird mouse stuff happening. Not that one. Streamlabs should do it. I just need to get my mouse over here. DMT for the dual monitor tools. I wish I could line up the screen right, but it's being really finicky right now, unfortunately. Since this was an impromptu stream, I'm make sure I turned off VLC. Okay, I got VLC turned off. That should help with avoid the screen flickering that was messing with me. Game capture. Display capture.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can't fix some of this stuff. Come on, game capture. Come on. Let me do stuff. Streamlabs, seriously. And has DM dual monitor tools launched yet? No, hasn't.
When a game breaks because one thing went wrong.
There, dual monitor tools is now up and running, which means I can then use Windows plus Z in order to lock my mouse. Now, if I can get over to game capture, I should be able to fix its positioning. Though I suspect I won't be able to.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's the best I'm going to be able to get. Let's get back into the game.
Next in line.
Windows plus C to lock my mouse.
Loke here, and I'm not a stormcloak.
I have no idea what I've done now. Yeah, everybody's completely out of position.
Hmm.
It's official, you broke the game.
Alright.
Since no one's moving.
Yeah, because that's what happens when when a Bethesda's out. Alright, let's try loading one of my other saves.
Hmm.
Actually, you can't do it from here, can you? If you want to load a different character. Oh, I can actually do a character select, can't I? Alright, so. Probably not Ray. We've got the Prisoner, which is the new character. We have. Iron Maiden? Iron Maiden. Let's try Iron Maiden. Because she's actually somewhere in the actual tutorial. She's still escaping from Alduin.
Now just watch. You'll burn you underwater.
We'll find out in a moment. I don't seem to be underwater.
Hmm.
And then we've got that.
Why? Like that?
That happens when when you basically have unlocked camera when the character itself is being forced to move.
So your T-pose is essentially with no arms.
No, actually, the arms are. Let me see if I can show it to you. You see, during the opening sequence here, you don't get your hand unbound until you actually go into the castle.
Stay close to the wall. Quickly, follow me.
Are you seriously not care that I'm pickpocketing him?
No.
Also, keep in mind, I'm pickpocketing him with my hands down.
What are you doing it with your
Apparently, yes, I'm doing it with my teeth.
Well, I mean, you could technically use your hands. That's
That's
easy.
how good a thief I am. I'm able to pickpocket somebody with my hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Soldiers, townspeople, and race into the keep. Guys, for the love of the gods, die! Raylock, stop!
You've been caught pickpocketing.
Fine. I hope that dragon takes you out of Sovngarde. You, come on, into the keep.
Hmm.
Behold.
Looks like we're the only... Here, let me see if I can get those off you. They'll be a lot more useful with a sword in your hand.
Yes, I'll be a lot more useful with a sword in my hand.
Come on, you need your hands free.
Then free my hands.
There you go. Take a look around. There should be plenty of gear to choose from. I'm going to see if I can find something for these burns. See if one of these chests has some armor for you.
The hell are you attacking me, dude? Is it because I picked your pocket?
You better get some gear.
Yes.
I don't even do
Maybe
what.
a sword or two in one of these chests. Must have scared them off.
This is hilarious. I can see what I've actually got currently set up. It's Finis Idols. Okay.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it. A dragon. Gods. What could it mean? Here, let me see if I can get those off you. They'll be a lot more useful with a sword in your hand. Let's cut you loose.
Okay.
There you go. Take a look around.
I apparently
There should be
unequipped.
plenty of gear to choose from. I'm gonna see if I can find something for these burns.
Is he gonna start attacking me now?
You better get some gear.
Nope. Not attacking me this time.
one of these chests has some armor for you. Got to be a sword or two in one of these chests. Look around. You better get some gear. You better get some gear. Better get that armor on. Give that sword a few swings too. We'd better... Moving. Sounds like that dragon means to bring this whole place down on our heads.
Yeah, his tint masks are a bit off. I have to tinker with those. Alright, I'm gonna save Iron Maiden here. And then we're gonna load a different save. And see just how messed up it is on other characters. Alright, we're gonna load. Alright, we've checked out... We were originally on Stanley. Let's check out Marvel. Who's Marvel? Marvel's still in... Alright, so Marvel's a different orc. I'm actually just gonna delete Marvel. They're literally the same as Iron Maiden. So... Katrina. She's in Pine Watch. Your game is corrupt and cannot be loaded.
Huh.
I was kind of expecting that, because actually the last time I loaded Katrina, it said it was corrupt. I really should just delete Katrina. Okay, let's try Ray. Actually loading. I have to quit out quickly. And let's see if it actually is Dindalod that is causing the problems. Alright. Some saves couldn't be read. Yeah, I know. Katrina can't be read. Let me go actually over to Dindalod and actually, now that I have a chance, because it's not going to be laggy. Let's see. I can lock the alert box. So lock the Discord status widget. Lock the Discord voice chat. Come on, Streamlabs. Seriously, Streamlabs. I love you, but I also hate you, Streamlabs. Lock the text starting soon. Lock the text buyer toys. Lock VLC small. Basically, I want to lock everything that is not game stream. Webcam big has been locked. Lock that, lock that, lock that. Not that one. Alright, so that is my screen capture. So let's actually no. Of course, locked everything else, but I apparently missed something. You, and you all need to be locked. There. Now if I go to the display capture, I should be able to scale it into our space. And actually it is in the right size. Now, game capture. Alright, so Vortex. Simplest thing we want to test is we want to go down to Dindalod. Yeah, I probably have to rebuild Dindalod. But yeah. Alright, so that one's been enabled. I'm not going to mess with enabling new stuff right now. Just want to see if it's actually Dindalod that's causing the problems. There's Dindalod. And I also need to disable his companion of texture edit. Text edit output. So let those two properly disable. Oh my, mercy me. That was possibly one of the most hilarious bugs I've ever encountered.
Yep.
Just log into Whiterun and everything's underwater. And not even just like a little bit of water. It's like going up to like the top of the Dragon's Reach porch.
And suddenly you're playing WINDWAKER.
Yeah, suddenly I'm playing Wind Waker. Alright, so I have to wait for those mods to turn themselves off before I jump back into the game and see if I fix the issue. Because I suspect that's what it is. I suspect it's Dindalod. Because what Dindalod does, it's a application. That's the right word. Because it's not technically a mod. You run an application, and basically what it does is you tell it to read your load order, and then it builds a distant terrain patch that basically takes all of your various mods and combines them into one elegant overwrite, which is the Dindalod file. And I think what happened is when I selected everything, including realistic waters, it said, okay, I'm going to combine all these things, and then realistic waters overrid everything else, and that messed with the world space.
And suddenly the water was air.
Yep. Because, like, the thing you have to understand about Skyrim and Fallout is, technically speaking, if you toggle collision and just go down, the entire game space is underwater. There is, technically speaking, a water basin underneath Skyrim.
So in a sense, the game basically sits under the map.
Essentially. Because if you actually dive under the map, you will actually drop into an area below the geometry of the world space, and that's just a water plane. So the water plane is literally the base level of the game, and then the land, it comes up out of the water, essentially. Like the real world, actually. So when you dive underneath the mesh for the land space, you drop into a water space. And I'm guessing Realistic Waters did something to that.
Uh-huh.
I'll see in a moment. If not, I have a few other ideas on what could be the problem, but I won't be doing those on camera. I'm just going to see if this is a quick and dirty and easy fix. Because unfortunately, rebuilding Dindalod takes like 30 minutes. It is not an easy process to rebuild Dindalod. Well,
It takes 30 minutes it takes 30 minutes just to fix one minor mistake.
Well, if I have to rebuild Dindalod, because Dindalod basically is combining all of my various textures and my distant terrain stuff, and so it's building a overwrite for all of the terrain basically. And so to rebuild it, it has to rebuild that patch file. So I have to rebuild all of the meshes, all of the textures. So supposedly, this will fix my game, but we'll see in a moment once it finishes disabling Dindalod. But I suspect it is Dindalod because that's the only thing that's really messing with world space when you get right down to it. I mean, technically, yes, I have the Locks and Waterways mod, but I've been running with that for a couple of days for testing. And the only thing new that I've done in the last couple of days was I rebuilt my Dindalod file. So I'm suspecting it's Dindalod because while I did build compatibility patches and merged a bunch of other patches into other patches, I was running with them unmerged literally yesterday. The only thing that's technically new is Dindalod.
Because here's the problem with coding. If you make one mistake, the entire thing breaks.
Yes, it does.
Like with one game, the developers had a typo for the coding, so the AI was broken. Someone went to the coding, fixed the typo, and suddenly the AI was fixed.
I fucking swear, my fucking hips makes that squeaky noise. How often? I don't know.
Where is it?
It's incredibly annoying.
Is it going to be over here in Shin RPBot? No. It's going to be on my F drive, Dindalod. I sort of put things in perspective here. I want to do my screen 2. So this here is the Dindalod folder that was generated. And if I just select the 3 things that it created, the meshes, textures, and SKSE folder, you can see it is nearly a gigabyte. That's why Dynalod takes so long to disable. Because the meshes folder is 701 megabytes. The SKSE folder is going to be small because it's just a couple of scripts. That's 4 megabytes. And then we've got 258 megabytes for the textures. And that's just for the Dynalod output. Because Dynalod comes in two things, Dynalod and texture generator. So if we go over to the texture generator and do a properties check on that, it's 20 megabytes. Go back to Dynalod, because I'm going to have to rebuild both of those. Alright. Moment of truth. Yeah, it always takes forever for it to actually boot to my start screen. All the more reason I'm working my way to building a brand new desktop. Though, oddly enough, my desktop has pretty good thermals. Like, I have a hardware monitor, so I can check things like the temperatures on my GPU and my CPU. And considering it's only air-cooled and it only has, like, 3 fans in it, I'm hovering around, like, 57 degrees Celsius. That's not bad for something that's, like, got 3 fans in it. See, there's my desktop. Got a fan there, fan down there, and one in the back. Especially considering it's packing like 7 hard drives. Alright. So I want to actually load, not continue, because I don't know which one it's going to continue from. We're going to Stanley. Look at that screenshot, that load screenshot.
You're literally floating.
Yeah, I know. Dynalod ESM, Dynalod ESP.
Let's see if you'll land or keep floating.
I hear water.
Maybe try loading a different save.
That's what I'm going to do next. So it's not Dynalod. It might just be this particular character is borked or something. Alright, Ray. Let's try loading Ray into... This looks like an exterior. I know. Sounds like I'm in combat. Oh, one of the mods that I installed is a complete audio overhaul. Replaces all of Skyrim's copyrighted music with royalty-free music. So I technically can stream Skyrim with the audio in it.
Beautiful.
Probably there could be a mod to replace all of the Fallout radio music with royalty-free music.
Truly, there's a mod for everything.
So, clearly that save isn't going to work either. Alright. So, dying to law is not the problem, as we just saw. So, I'm going to...
I swear. My fucking feeling.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-enable dying to Lod. And then what I'm going to do is enable alternate start, live another life, and just drop myself into someplace. Because I think, what was that, Stanley might not be may not be recoverable. I might be able to do something with my orc though.
No. No, Stanley.
Stanley, Stanley, as in the parable.
Alright. Alright, go. At least it's not Stanley.
Actually, I named him after my toolkit, my Stanley toolbox.
Not after the guy from the office?
Nope.
That's a shame.
There we go. Dying to Lod. Multiple plugins. Yes, enable both the plugins. And then I want to find... Would it be under A for alternate start, or is it L for live another life? Alternate start, live another life.
No.
And new beginnings as well. Now I have to wait for them to be enabled. Yeah. This is why I haven't actually been doing a live let's play of Skyrim, because I'm still getting everything optimized. Because can you imagine if we were in the middle of a let's play and I go in to continue with the adventures of Stanley and the entire world's underwater? That would kind of ruin the immersion. Well, technically it would bring a whole new level of immersion, but not the right kind of immersion. Oh my, oh my. I'm gonna drop out of this call for this so I can save some precious processor cycles. Oh my. So what do you think of the Madness Hetero? curious to see what happens when I proc alternate start. I gotta turn my AC on. Give me a second. I may hear background noise. So ridiculous. It's like all of a sudden, all of Wyvern's just underwater, and I start drowning. Technically, NPCs can drown, but just like, I think half of Skyrim is just dead in that universe. Just drowned. Alright. Oh. I should be able to jump in just a moment. Start thinking of what type of character you want me to make. I'm going to be jumping into alternate start after all. So you know it's going to be a female character. We need a race. And I'll pick one of the presets for the face and tinker with it a bit. Where is it? Some of these mods are actually from Old Rim that I am doing personal conversions of. Like, for example, this one, Buy, Do Not Steal, doesn't have a comparative version for Skyrim. So what I'm going to try doing is enabling it and seeing if that's all I need to do. Because typically, if it's an Old Rim mod that's just using a script or just using textures, it tends to be fine. Tend not have to do anything. It's really meshes that mess with Skyrim SE, because Skyrim SE uses a different system of how their meshes work. So you have to convert the meshes from the old system to the new system, and there is a mesh converter. But meshes just won't work out of the box. You have to convert them, and sometimes the conversion can end up just not working for what you need to do. But pretty much every other Old Rim mod will work. So at one point in the future, I'm going to enable Buy Not Steal, because basically what Buy Not Steal does is, all the stuff that's on the counter in the various shops. If you're standing up, just normally shopping, you can just buy the item directly. It's only if you're sneaking, then if you try to take the item, does it actually count as stealing? Otherwise, you actually pay for the object. Turn my camera off for a moment because I have got to be right back. Stealth mage. What? A stealth, like a sheet stealth mage. That would be interesting. I do have a Skyrim mod that I haven't tested yet, but it allowed you to use sneak attacks with spells. Right back. looks like I came back just in time for it to finish deploying. Maybe I was a little quick on the button. I was still configuring some things. Alright, let's try this again. That's better. Alright. New game. Sounds like alternate start, because alternate start tends to start with the book open sound effect. No. It's doing the original opening.
Hey. Hey, you. You're finally awake. Guards sure worked you over.
I told those Imperial soldiers you weren't with us, but they just grabbed you, like that thief over there.
Alright, so I'm actually going to have to disable Skyrim original opening. By the looks of it. Oh, that's because I actually don't have alternate start, live another life actually enabled. Alright. So now... we should get what we want. All just so I can see whether or not all of Skyrim's underwater or not. We'll find out shortly. There's another reason why I'm not streaming Skyrim and Fallout 4. They don't like being streamed. They're too demanding on the system to both stream them and play them. Now granted, my load times are already horrendous as is, without streaming, but the streaming doesn't help. I have to disable the original opening. Because that's not working. So it's going to be underneath... Oh? Original opening scene. Alright. Yeah, I think that's what it was. The original opening scene and alternate life were conflicting with each other. Alright, we want... Khajiit. Are done. We're gonna call her... It's the brand that makes my pancake mix.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Holding the army, patron of a local inn. Outlaw in the wilds, vigilant of Stendar, camping in the woods, shipwrecked off the coast, vampire in a secluded lair, warlock's thrall, addicted to a skooma den. I'm an adventurer in Dwemer Ruin. I'm an alchemist camping in the wilderness. I'm a beggar. I was attacked by a dragon. I've been thrown in jail. Wandering mercenary, wandering merchant, pilgrim, imprisoned by the Thalmor. I was slain by a vampire and laid to rest. I'm a werewolf at Frost Moon Crag. I'm a witch in a secluded lair. I'm a pilgrim, caravan guard. So let's go through these again, and you can tell me which one you think is best, or we can just surprise me. I arrived aboard a ship. I own property in one of the holds. I'm a new member of a guild. In these particular cases, usually going to ask, the next one's going to be like, which one? Patron of a local inn, soldier in the army. We're going to skip the vanilla one. I want to escape this cell. I'm an outlaw in the wilds, vigilant of Stendar, camping in the woods, shipwrecked off the coast, vampire in a secluded lair, necromancer in a secret location, warlock's thrall, attacked and left for dead, addict in a skooma den, adventurer in a Dwemer Ruin, alchemist camping in the wilderness, arrived at Angi's camp in Falkreath Hall. I'm a beggar. I was attacked by a dragon. I've been thrown into jail. I'm a wandering mercenary traveling to Skyrim. I'm a wandering merchant traveling to Skyrim. A pilgrim to a temple. Imprisoned by the Thalmor. Slain by a vampire and laid to rest. Werewolf at Frost Moon Crag. Witch in a secluded lair. Pilgrim to a secluded site. Khajiit caravan guard. Or surprise me. let's see what the alchemist start is then. Alchemist camping in the wilderness.
The simple life can be its own reward.
Activate the bed. Well, I get the feeling that the water level's not supposed to be this high. I get the feeling something's still broken. Because, water level seems higher than it should be. I'm gonna have to look into it, but I'm gonna do that off camera. I have suspicions on what it could be causing it, though. Alright, so that's the end of the stream. Good night.